It's story time. It's story time. It's story time. I call this one the Burp. I want to thank everyone who's liked, shared, commented on all these posts. You guys, the growth has been great, but we so close to hitting 100,000 on TikTok. I need you guys to share. Over this next week, I'm gonna try to drop at least 6 story times. I want to hit 100,000 before New Year's. Please share this content. And remember, we're still trying to grow that thing on YouTube. So please go over there and give us a follow. Now let's get into this story. So I met this young lady through a group of friends, almost like a blind date situation, but we sort of faintly knew each other. Now, my one friend was in this young lady's friend group, unbeknown to her. We finally exchanged phone numbers. We talked on the phone a few times. I could tell she was a little off, a lot of trauma responses to past situations she had going on. I kind of felt like who I was as a person, just in general, didn't even line up to the guys that, she typically was dating. So I figured I had an advantage. So we decided to go out to dinner. She had been giving her friends a play-by-play of everything we did, but it was always with a negative connotation on anything I did. So like if we had a really good phone conversation on the phone, she would be in the group chat saying, well, he's really not a communicator. He really don't talk how I need him to talk to me. So it'd be like the complete opposite. And I never knew why, right? So I suggested, a couple of different restaurants. She was undecided. She had never been to them. But in the group chat, she was like, he don't know what to do with me. He keep, asking me questions to sort of try to figure me out. Like I said, I had an inside man. So my inside man was sending me copies of the chats that she was having with her friends. So I'm getting this intel on both sides, but it's not lining up. Everything that I do, she would put a negative connotation on it in their group chat. And I would be like, that's weird. So we go out to the restaurant. I meet her there. We order some drinks at the bar. They show us to our table, I like to eat in nice restaurants. I know what I'm ordering. I know what foods I like. I can tell when somebody looks at a menu and they don't know fine dining, if you will. Asking certain questions that makes it seem like you haven't been to this type of place before. At the same time, in our phone conversations, this is where guys take you. This is what you like. This is your MO. All cap. You know what I'm saying? You got, all cap. She asked the waiter, what was the salad of the evening or whatever. And she said, we have a really good Caesar salad. And she was like, oh, I love Caesar salad. That's my favorite. So can I get my Caesar salad with lettuce, tomato, onion, and no Caesar sauce, but Italian dressing? And so the waiter's like, so you want the house salad? No. I want the Caesar. Okay. And the waiter's looking at me and I'm looking at the waiter and I'm like, whatever. So then she's like, I want a steak too. Which steak is the best steak to get? And the waiter's like, well, our dry aged is, dry aged and wet sealed for over 90 days before it's, served. And she's like, wet sealed and dry aged, y'all dry it? What? And I'm like, okay, let me get your best steak, and then I want mine super well done. As soon as she said super well done, I got a little pain in my chest. I'm like, ugh. She want a hamburger. She want a hamburger. Ugh. The waiter's looking at me. I'm looking at the waiter. I'm like, whatever she's gonna get, that's fine. So he asked me how I want my steak. I was like, heavy sear on the outside, pink middle. And she's like, you get your steaks raw? And I was just like, well, when you overcook it, you lose all the taste. And she's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. People order their food how they order it. This is what happened. Okay, I'm just telling y'all. So my friend, she texts me and she sends me a screenshot of their group chat. She's like, oh, he is so rude. Like I just felt so embarrassed, at the restaurant, this and the third. So I'm talking to her and we having a decent conversation, but she's texting her group chat like everything's negative. So we talking, she starts smiling, laughing. We having a good time. She actually comes around, sits on my side of the booth and, sits all close to me and we sitting on the same side. We laughing, we talking, I'm asking her questions, she answering. We cool, we having a good time. So at this point, I'm like, these messages is about to stop. I'm not gonna get any more of these group chat messages, right? We was gonna go to dinner and then we was gonna go to an art museum. They had like this special presentation of like African-American art or something like that. It looked dope on the flyer or whatever. So we talking about art, and she's telling me, oh, she knows all this stuff. She goes to galleries, you know what I'm saying? This is in the third. I can tell, like, okay, yeah. Same thing with super well done steak. So at this point, we done had probably like 4 or 5 drinks. We done ate our food. We got a nice little buzz going on. We ready to go, you know, over to the art museum for the little, you know, exhibition or whatnot. So she had a little stumble. So I held her hand, walked her to the car, had her purse in my other hand, opened the door, put her in the car, set her down, whatever. She was just like, oh my gosh, you are such a gentleman, you know, da 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 da. My friend texts me again, and she's just like, yeah, she said you tried to feel on her booty when y'all was walking to the car, and you a little too aggressive for her. And I'm like, I ain't say nothing. I just kept, you know, going, cause everything her body telling me is like she having the best time of her life. But for some reason, she keep telling her friends in this group chat that this the worst day she done been on, basically. Hey, I'm like, whatever. We get to the art museum, we go in, it's super dope, lights, music, whole vibe, right? So we having a real good time. We have a couple more drinks, we real relaxed, right? She getting super familiar, like all up on me, all, you know, I mean, at this point, she like kissing on my neck, rubbing on my chest, everything. So we like, you know, kicking it. She goes to the bathroom. I get another text, and she like, girl, he stink. Like, I don't know what cologne he wearing, but it's horrible, and his breath stink, and he is repulsive to me. Like, I don't even know why y'all told me to even go out with this dude. So I'm looking at the screenshot, and I'm like, man, let me just take this girl home, right? Because this is just weird, right? So when she come back to the bathroom, I'm like, hey, I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. You know, we're gonna have to head out of here, right? And she's like, you sure? Because I'm having a really good time, and, you know, I want to stay out a little later or whatever. I was like, yeah, I got something to do first thing in the morning, so let me just go ahead and get you home. She was like, okay. We get in the car, whatnot. She pull up at her crib, and she like, do you want to come in? You want to come up? And I was like, nah, not tonight. I just got a lot to do, and I didn't think we was going to be out this late. So she's like, all right, well, call me when you get home and let me know you got home safe. And I'm like, okay, cool. She gets out. I watch her walk in, da 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 da. Get